Hey y'all, it's Tori. I wanted to show you how to get this look today, the neutral, everyday glam sort of look. So if you like what I'm wearing on my eyes, just keep watching, I'll show you how to do it. So please allow me to introduce to you one of my favorite palettes in my collection. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. You can find it at Ulta for $39, and let me just tell you, you will get every penny's worth of your money out of it. Actually, this is one of the only palettes that I have dug into every single shade, and there is a dent. So I have definitely gotten my use out of it, and I'm sure you will do the same if you end up buying this. If you don't have this, that's okay. Really, any neutral palette will work with this tutorial as long as it has one shimmer shade in it. All right, so all that being said, let's get the show on the road, shall we? So first thing we're gonna do is prime our eyes. I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. I'm just going to take a little bit and apply to a couple of places. I like to apply it underneath my eye as well, but definitely in that corner where it gets kind of watery. Some people like to use a brush for this. That's fine, but I just like to use my fingers. Concealer is also an option instead of eyeshadow primer, but the concealer is probably going to be best if it dries down kind of tacky. The first shade I'll be going into is going to be on the first row, the third shade over. So I'm going to be going in with a small shadow brush from Sephora. I have smaller eyes, so this works pretty well for me. I'm going to tap off my brush, and I'm going to go from like where my crease is to the top, almost touching my eyebrow, but not quite. And I'm just gonna do it in patting motions, but basically just applying it like all over. If you don't feel like it's showing up just yet, you can go in a second or third time. The next shade we're gonna be using is just below the last one. It is on the second row, the third one over. I'm gonna take a little bit, tap off my brush, and what I'm going to do this time is basically the same thing, but I'm going to bring it up to just below where we placed the last one. We're trying to create like a little gradient by doing this. Okay, and the third shade we'll be using is going to be this kind of a medium brown, and it is 6/3 down in the palette. Tap off my brush, and I'm gonna make like a little triangle basically. So you got your crease line, that's one side of the triangle. You've got your down line, and then you've got your lash line. That's the third side of the triangle. Now that we've got a couple of colors mixed in there, I'm going to take my blending brush. It's a little fluffy brush like this, and I'm just going to kind of buff out those edges everywhere. The edge of the darkest shadow we have so far should be the main one that you focus on. But try not to overblend, because if you overblend, your shadows may end up looking less vibrant or even muddy. I'm gonna go back in with this same shadow brush that we used in the beginning. I'm gonna go into the shade close to the bottom, just above that black shade. It is 7/4 down. I'm just gonna take a little bit, of course tapping off my brush, that's really important. And I'm gonna go into my crease and slightly just above, because I have partially hooded eyes. And I'm gonna make a smaller triangle that is inside the last one that we did. Next, with the same brush, we're going to go into the darkest brown shade in the palette, the one that's 5/5 down. And make sure to tap it off. And just barely, right there on the outside, pat pat that in to the outer corner. Okay, back to our blending brush, a little fluffy brush. We're gonna buff out those edges just like I said before. Out and up, out and up. Some people like to use brushes when applying shimmer shades. And how you do that is you take the shimmer shade, you spray it with some setting spray, and then you apply it across your lid. Typically, I prefer to use my finger. I'm gonna rub my finger around in this pan that is on the third row, the first pan. And I'm going to take this and just dab and drag across the lid. And it's okay if it gets like a little bit above that too. We're gonna take it all the way, right about there, a little bit past the middle of my eye. And just kind of let that blend into, like just tap it into that brown. All right, so we're getting close, you guys. We got like 2 more steps to do. The next thing we're gonna do is take the shimmer in the top left-hand corner of the palette on a little tiny brush like that. And I'm just gonna pat that right here on my eye. And another place I'm gonna take it is up top, right below the outer part of my eyebrow. So we're just highlighting everything. See how much light that brought in compared to this side. Bam. Next is eyeliner. So I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Waterproof Eyeliner that I love so much, and I'm going to line my eyes. And I'm not gonna do a wing. I just want it to come out to the outer corner right there. I'm gonna take this little smudger brush and use it to do my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back into this medium brown shade. It is 6/3 down that we used earlier. And tap off my brush, make sure. And I'm gonna apply that from the outer corner all the way in until about right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the next darkest shade that is 7/4 down. And I'm gonna do just here on the outer edge, the outer 1/3. All right guys, this is the completed product. You can add false lashes or mascara if you so choose. I am going to use both. And I will see you back here in just a second. So here is the finished look. I think it came out pretty well. I think you can wear this eye look with just about anything and to just about anywhere. Simple enough that you can dress down, glamorous enough that you can dress up. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you maybe learned a thing or two, and if you feel like you did, you can like or subscribe or comment or none of the above, because I just do this for fun. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!